Hello. Hi. What's up? Mav here. Hey, welcome to Fun Speculation on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in to this, whether you're here live now, and I see a few of you are already. Thank you so much. Or you're tuning in after the fact. I super appreciate it. As always, I know I always say that at the beginning, but I really do. I really do appreciate everybody who tunes in to anything that we do here. I got stuff to say right now. Okay. There be hypocrites. I'm not gonna say exactly who, but it's a thing. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, it seems like it's not okay to speculate about things and talk about things and rumors regarding Xbox. When did that all of a sudden become like taboo? Right? When did all of a sudden it become not fun or bad to like think about things in a positive, interesting way about potential and possibilities? It's been okay for a lot of people up until the last like 2 days. People have been instigating, igniting, leading the way with teases of rumors, news, acquisitions about Xbox for ever since I've been a part of this community. And now all of a sudden, it's shouldn't do that. I take exception to that. Like, hey, the channel name is Fun Speculation, right? As Pong Soul, my brother, it says in the chat, certain people can, others aren't supposed to. That's what it seems like sometimes, right? That's what it seems like. Hey, it's okay when certain people initiate conversations or talk about things, but maybe not everybody else, because guess what? Like, why would they talk about it? But this all started from you. It all started from either stuff that certain people have spread out there. And when I say you, I'm not directing at one person. I'm saying you as in the people that have been igniting these rumors to begin with. Making tweets about interesting things happening, blah, blah, blah. Hey, got something coming. Xbox about to break something big. Xbox doing huge things. You know, all of this stuff, right? People are supposed to be excited if that's the kind of stuff that you're posting, right? It's to generate excitement, I would think, right? And what do you want people to do with that excitement? Do you want them just to go and like, I better not talk about it. I'm gonna make sure I'm very reserved with my thoughts right now, because I don't want to come across like I'm spreading any misinformation or make a big to do. No, if you're a fan of something, or you enjoy a hobby, you love doing something, and you think there's a possibility of something cool happening with it, you want to talk about it, right? And that's the whole point of this fucking channel. That's why it's called Fun Speculation. That's why I started doing this, because it's an outlet of a passion that I have for gaming, right? Not just gaming, also talk about Marvel, DC stuff, all these other things. It's an outlet for a passion, right? I don't do this to be close to Xbox. I do this because I enjoy playing on Xbox. That's why I have the Xbox Ultimate Podcast. Personally, I don't give a shit if any of Xbox high ups are ever on our show, if it means that I would ever have to dictate the kind of content that I can talk about. If it meant that I'm only allowed to say certain things, I don't want to upset them. I don't have this channel or the podcast to pander to executives or to a corporation. Even if I enjoy it, all of a sudden it's not okay to talk about this stuff when we've been talking about it, when even Xbox themselves have been saying that they were going to be acquiring new studios. They are saying that they're all in, invested into this. All of a sudden rumors start swirling and you expect people not to talk about it. They're rumors, right? If you treat rumors as they are, then that's fine. You take it with a grain of salt. You make sure people understand that this is not factual stuff. This is based on something that's hearsay. We don't know what's real, but let's talk about the possibilities and the fun of all of this. Like, what if, right? Holy shit, that's fun talk, right? It's fun speculation. I see Phasma in the chat asking, who is saying it's okay not to talk about this stuff. There's several people right now, actually. People that are, I'll say, influential in the Xbox community, have been starting the last day or two saying that, hey, people are getting upset talking about all this stuff. It's getting ridiculous. Stop talking about it. I don't get it. Is it, if you're a sports fan, right? I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, right? Texas Rangers fan, all these things. I'm a homer, right? I'm Dallas area. Guess what? When it comes to draft day, I'm thinking about who the hell are we going to fucking take? Are we going to trade up? There's rumors going around all over the damn place, right? Basketball, same thing, right? Free agency season. Oh my gosh, are we going to get a meeting with that player? Who are we going to get? Are we going to make a trade at the trade deadline? All of this shit, right? It's speculation. It's fun. It's fun to talk about. Now, a lot of these rumors turn out not to be true and stuff, right? Just like a lot of these rumors with gaming turn out not to be true. It doesn't hurt anybody to have some fun talking about it. Like, why not? It's when people all of a sudden like go out there, and this is like almost like a united effort. It seems like, to all of a sudden kill speculation. I don't understand. It's like all of a sudden we only have to talk about stuff that's happened already. We can't talk about the possibility of the future. Why? What's the fun in that? Like, the first thing I thought of when the whole Bethesda's ZeniMax deal actually happened was not what they've already made. I'm thinking about the possibilities what they can make in the future. This is all for rumors. It's all in fun. The fact that there's people out there being like, people are getting upset. You know, Xbox head ups are getting upset about the rumors and stuff like that. People need to stop. It's just like ridiculous to me. Now, nobody's trying to cancel me. This is not about me personally, right? This is nobody has. I'm going to make this clear, okay? Nobody has said come to me and said, "Hey, Mav, you need to stop doing this." I've had some comments and stuff like, "Hey, this is annoying," blah blah blah, and stuff like that. I've had those comments, but none of these people that I'm referring to have come out to me directly and actually directed their conversation to me. It's been in a general sense to their following, right? It's been in a general sense on Twitter, comments, and it's not just like a couple, it's several. It's a lot of people actually that are like in this community, and it's like it's put me on the defense of speculation. I I don't understand having to live in a world where we can only talk about what's already happened and not talking about the possibility of what's to happen. Especially when the people are saying that we can't talk about that are the ones that also instigate all of these a lot of hype, or especially around E3 and other things, talking about acquisitions possibly about to happen, right? Um it's not it's like and I'm again, I'm not directing this directly at anybody. As I said, it's a lot of people, right? But there's some hypocritical actions going on right now. Hypocritical takes going on right now in the Xbox community and gaming community specifically. With all of a sudden can't talk about it. Why now? Why is that? I can't understand exactly what happened to create this all of a sudden tonal shift with an opinion and mindset. Something had to have happened in the background. Something with some of these creators. Somebody said something. They're getting upset because they know something else is happening, and like the rumors are getting out of control, and they're thinking it's going to ruin the actual announcement of something that's smaller. I don't know. Something's going on with the fact that all of a sudden all of these people are taking this like united stance of getting annoyed at acquisition rumors. It's like, why? Now I could the point of this channel was always to have fun, right? And to try and build a community based around fun and positivity. And when we live in a if we live in a world where you try and like stifle that, and you're just saying, "Hey, you're not allowed to have fun," that just sucks. But it's just weird that all of a sudden all of these people that have been acting one way for so long all of a sudden completely shift their tone. Something happened. And I think it's been boiling over the last couple days with some of the talk I've been seeing, and I think it hit the fan today. I don't know what exactly happened. But somebody's not happy. Somebody's thinking that people are ruining stuff for them. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe. So I have to get this off my chest. because when you start telling people that hey they can't talk about acquisitions and stuff in a day and age when companies are acquiring other companies left and right in the gaming space, especially when the brand that you're a fan of is actually said they're doing that, and all of a sudden it becomes annoying to people to talk about acquisitions, right? Like just because of why all of a sudden. I don't understand. Like we did it, me and Pong Soul, shout out to Pong, did a stream the other day, and it was a blast, right? It was on Thursday. Acquisition Thursday is what we called it, just joking around. Because that was the day that those rumors actually all started spreading, right? And we were in DMs like with each other talking about all these things that like just we saw on Twitter, and people were like messaging us and stuff like that. We were just like just having fun with it, right? And we decided to go live on Thursday, and we had a blast talking about it. It was fun. Guess what? That was like the definition of the channel: fun speculation, right? Just just going over and thinking about, hey, let's just talk about all these possibilities. Like, what if this happened? What if this happened? Not saying that anything we didn't even pick one thing specifically that said like, hey, this is gonna happen. We just gave our thoughts. And it's like, hey, what do you want to happen? And also, what do you think is most likely to happen? We went through and it picked all these different scenarios out. And then people are acting like it's just rumors, guys. You know what I mean? Like it's rumors that we hear things about, and we know that Xbox is buying somebody again. Sony just purchased studios. Other Embracer groups keeps buying studios. EA bought Codemasters. This thing is not over. This is the consolidation phase. There's even in Colt Eastwood had a video. Yes, was it 2 days ago, 3 days ago, where he even says in that video again that yes, Xbox is probably acquiring people. It's just gonna be in a few months from now. We'll probably hear something. We I we even said some similar stuff in that other thing that we did the other day. It's just weird how all of a sudden certain content creators all of a sudden just they can't talk about it. So is it their responsibility to squash the atmosphere of this talk? Is that what's going on? Like, I don't know. It's weird to me though, because it's just so opposite. It's just so opposite from the tone over the last over a year when people are having fun with this kind of stuff. Like why not? You know, like it's just fun. It's just fun to talk about. Like what if Xbox bought Ubisoft? You know, like that would be amazing. And is it feasible? Well, here's the reasons why it could be feasible. And there's a rumor that it was happening. Those rumors have been out for a long time. There's also rumors about uh, WB Games because they were actually in negotiations to purchase WB Games from AT&T, and we know that for a fact. And those talks got cut off because of evaluation and stuff. And then they end up forming the other company, Discovery Plus, WB, whatever the hell they're going to be called, right? There's so many different things that are out there and reasons to think, okay, this could happen. This could happen. Xbox was in talks to buy Discord. We know that was a thing too. Like, there's several things that have been out there. To think it's like crazy to talk about acquisitions right now is just stupid, in my opinion. Like, why not like think about the possibilities of what's going to happen when we know that they're in that phase? You know what I mean? So, this is not, again, this is not an attack on anybody specifically. right? This is in defense of speculation regarding Xbox, because all of a sudden you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to talk about Xbox anymore, like in that kind of way. You're only supposed to talk about things that have actually happened. We're only supposed to talk about the facts, the facts that have happened already. We can only talk about things that have already come out, the games that have already been announced. We can't talk about stuff that may be possible in the future. We can't talk about this. We can't talk about that. Well, that sucks. I refuse to be in that world. What's the fun in that? Like, not thinking about the future. Shout out to KY Bob with the $5 super chat. He says, if you look at the massive acquisitions Microsoft has had or been involved in, it scares everyone else besides Xbox fans. Shaking my head. Spooky says he speculate that Mav will become the governor of Texas. So I can tell you that's not going to happen. I ain't no politician, and I don't pander to corporations either. If talking about rumors is bad for Xbox, screw it. I don't care. If people can't handle when something doesn't actually happen because it was a rumor and people talked about it, and they don't just accept whatever actually gets announced, then that's a them problem, right? I know the companies don't like when wild rumors spread and it dampens actual announcements, right? It makes sense. I get it. But that's not for us to worry about. It's us as fans of something or people that enjoy a hobby to be excited about it. And if something starts swirling around that may be possible or that gets in your head and you just start thinking about this stuff, you should be allowed to speak on it. Like, I don't care if the company doesn't like it. I don't work for Xbox. They don't like it, contrary to like some people's belief out there. You know, as far as I know, Xbox doesn't pay any content creators. Right? I have never received anything from Xbox. I've besides like the stuff that I get from Microsoft rewards for actually buying stuff. I've never got received anything. Like I get treated just like anybody else does. Now I'm a new content creator, but I haven't spoken to any of the content creators that I know of that get just stuff left and right. I know that some of them got like Xboxes sent to them. You know what I mean? I know that some of them have connections with different companies, but like as far as getting like paychecks and stuff like that, I don't know, man. I don't. This is for fun. This is like Xbox said. This is entertainment, right? And it's conversation regarding an entertainment brand, right? This is entertainment for me and for you guys, right? That's what it's an attempt to be. But and it's also about entertainment brands, right? Like it should be fun. Paul, there's a lot of it on Twitter, man. Can't talk about Xbox, but can't talk about acquisition rumors. Can't talk about speculation. You know, rumors. Can't talk about that either, right? Um, it's bad. You know, can't do it. It's been it's been out there all over the place for the last couple days. And it's like it's just so weird, man. It's so weird. Something had to have happened. So what is that happened? What is it that people are all of a sudden get annoyed about and stuff? Like, I don't know. I have theories, but none that I'm gonna put air out to you guys. But come on, let's not tell people what they can have fun with, right? Let's not tell people what they're allowed to talk about what people should and shouldn't say regarding just fun talk. I'll say that some of the fanboy shit I see some of these people do, like when they're actually getting in arguments back and forth with Xbox and PlayStation people actually arguing on Twitter. Maybe you shouldn't do that, right? Like stupid console war BS, you know? Shout out again to KY Bob. Thank you. Super appreciate it. He says it's amazing entertainment. I'm gonna keep going with the super chats until you and Kaitlin can retire, dude. I appreciate that, man. Um, it's just like what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong with it? Except that Xbox maybe doesn't like it. If that's all that's wrong with it, I don't give a shit. If that if saying that stuff, like I said, prevents any Xbox executives or employees from ever coming on anything that we do on our channel or our podcast, that's fine because I would never dictate the content of our channel to make sure that I can get certain guests. Because then that's disingenuous to me. That's disingenuous to what I want to talk like what I want to talk about. Like having fun and talk about whatever I want. Like maybe that's what it is, right? Maybe that's why this is happening. Maybe people are upset that others maybe have instigated certain rumors in the past and trying to get them to squash things. I don't know. It's just really interesting. But, that's like we're a small channel, right? Like we don't get the 50,000 views per video that these guys get. You know what I mean? Like we don't get like every tweet I post get retweeted 50 times and liked 1,000 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like this is a small channel. The influence that we have here is like extremely small, right? And maybe it's because of the size of some of these creators and the following that they have that it's more important for them to contain what they say. But I'll tell you this right now. I will never let those thoughts dictate the content of this channel. That's disingenuous to me. Um, it lacks integrity of what you actually believe in. It becomes phony. It becomes pandering. And even though I love Xbox and I have an Xbox podcast because I love the brand, I love playing the games, I love talking about everything to do because I've always been an Xbox guy ever since the first Xbox came out, right? I'm not going to dictate hampering some other announcement that they may have from us talking about something possibility of something bigger that may be in the cards in the future. And Xbox is not my responsibility. If Xbox wants to, if Xbox wants to acquire fun speculation, hey, this is for sale at that point. You know what I mean? Like as long as we're in control, you know what? I'm not going to say anything. But Xbox bring the bag over. You know what I mean? And then you have control. And I'm just kidding, guys. No. Um. That's funny, dude. It's extremely important. Authenticity is like I 100%. There's people in this in the gaming community that I've learned about, that I've kind of watched and stuff ever since I started doing this. And since I started podcasting, I started checking out all these other podcasts, and I discovered some creators and stuff. Some of them have good followings, some of them have good shows, but they are disingenuous and lead negative conversation for the point of clicks and for the point of arguments in the chat to help drive the traffic of the channel, because the more chat traffic you have going, people arguing back and forth, the more comments you're going to get in the comments section. And if what you're doing is to just drive negative conversation and arguments by picking the points of topic and your points of view that you're bringing out to people, then that is disingenuous and it lacks integrity, because you're not doing it for the purpose of actually having those thoughts yourself. You're doing it purely for the sake of trying to gain more audience and gaining clout. That's exactly what trolls do on Twitter. They say things that are very controversial and argumentative, and also have lack any kind of rational thinking, uh, for the pure purpose of getting people to drive traffic to them by engagement. And that's what they want. They want the engagement. They want the quote tweets. They want the people like arguing with them in the comments section. And they're going to get people that are going to pick their side just because they think it's fun. And they have this like completely ignorant audience that just believes everything that they say. There's YouTube channels that completely thrive on this. And I have absolutely zero respect for it, because if that's the only purpose that you have is to try and bring out negativity out of people and bring out the worst of people, then that's not something I would ever stand behind or watch. And the way to battle that is not to battle with them. The way to battle it is to completely ignore it and block it out of your life. Because the worst thing for that kind of individual is lack of engagement, the loss of an audience. But those people are the worst. But then right after that is people that are just only looking out for the topic's best interest, regardless of reality. If Xbox does something bad, we will speak on it. If Xbox does something good, we'll speak on it. If there's rumors swirling about Xbox, we're going to speak on it, because it's likely that it's in my head and that's what I want to talk about. Same with PlayStation, same with Nintendo. I had the stream yesterday just talking about Nintendo, right? Just getting stuff off the chest about saying, "Hey, Nintendo, I want you to be better." Right? I love Nintendo. I was a Nintendo gamer and I was a PlayStation gamer before I was ever an Xbox gamer. I love Xbox too. I love gaming. But I'm not going to let a love for a brand dictate anything that I'm going to say. Siki says news might be coming this week. No acquisition. It may be something else. Yeah, there could be anything. Those people that said, "Hey, you know, acquisition talk, blah blah blah," is basically and rumors swirling. Basically, like Xbox is getting high ups are getting fed up, and blah blah blah, and people are getting annoyed, or whatever, right? Also has said just earlier in the same day that there's Xbox news coming that they know of. It's not acquisition news though. They're already instigating more rumors within that message, right? Instigating more rumors, more speculation. That's a lot of where this stuff comes from, right? Like it's fun. It's fun to talk about. The other day when me and Pong went live for our show that we did, um, it was it was like one of the most fun shows that we've done on this channel. Period. Right. And I feel like that kind of thing is under attack right now. Not for us personally. Again, just in general, right now, it's under attack. Uh, and hey, you know what? Like, screw that. You know, I I think that there's some people that do it the wrong way that lead people to believe that they know factual information when they actually don't know anything, and maybe they pretend to know stuff and make plans to let everybody know stuff after they find out when that stuff doesn't actually happen, makes them look bad, right? You know, there's creators out there that will just say they know shit that they just heard from a random rumor from somewhere, and they take it as fact and they put it out there that this is happening, right? This is happening for sure. That's irresponsible. Especially if you have a big following or whatever, I wouldn't do that. I'll speculate like, hey, I think something's happening, right? I think something could happen because I've been hearing things, but take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, but like if you ask me, I think there's like maybe this percentage of chance. I don't know. I'll speculate on that stuff, right? But I'd never say like, hey, this is gonna happen. I have a source that is 100% reliable. I have a source that's 100% reliable. They've never failed me before. They're going to the Xbox is going to buy Dairy Queen and every I don't fucking know. Like come on, like just whatever they come up with, right? Like there's people that just say random shit all the time that because they heard from a source and stuff and they make it seem like it's 100% fact. Okay. So you learn over time who to kind of gauge like, hey, this person is a little bit more trustworthy. This person has been like accurate. They don't like BS a lot. And there's was some of that going on the other day from some more trustworthy sources saying that there's interesting things happening. And then you put those together with some interesting tweets that certain creators had made and certain people that maybe in the know had made. And it seems like, hey, there's like this vibe going right now. Then you combine that with what we know, the factual information of Xbox has actually been talking to WB in the past, so that we know that there was interest at that time. We know that Satya Nadella himself said that they were looking to acquire studios. They're not done. They actually also said that they'd rather buy studios than create brand new ones. They're all in on gaming. Then you have Sony out here acquiring other studios just recently. You have EA acquiring studios. You have freaking what's the Embracer Group acquiring more studios. All of this is happening. This is not crazy thoughts that there's something going on. There's rumors been swirling around for over a year about it. Actually, in fact, before the ZeniMax thing happened, there was already rumors about some of these other publishers. There could have already been talks happening before that even happened with some of these other companies. And yeah, it takes time. These things take time, right? These things aren't just done overnight. Xbox is. I'm not. Nobody's saying that Xbox is going to call Ubisoft tomorrow and say, "Hey, we're going to buy you guys." let's go. That's not how it goes, right? It it's it goes like, hey, uh, talks between people, like, hey, is this possible? Making an offer, all these things. Like, I don't know all the shit that goes on with something that massive, but it's a huge undertaking, right? But we know that they've been in this phase for a while. To think that these talks would just start now, why would we think that? Why would that be an assumption? I would assume they've been going on for a while with whoever they're trying to acquire. Now, maybe the timing is going to be just right for something to happen, and that's where some of this stuff started. And maybe it's just not ready to announce anything yet. Maybe it's not done. Maybe they can't announce it until actually they make the formal whatever. I don't know how that shit happens. But something's going. It's not a matter of if Xbox is going to acquire more studios. It's a matter of when. That's why these talks exist. It would be ridiculous to think of it if, like, Xbox was like in the phase they were in the early Xbox One era, where they're failing and all these studios they're closing them and all this shit. Like, hey, Xbox is gonna buy Ubisoft. At that time, that would be like, no, that would be like, okay, out of left field. But today, that's not. This everything is going on with gaming because of this consolidation phase, right? Gaming investment is huge right now, and with Xbox's model and also their pocketbook, it's the direction that they're taking. That's what they got to do. So we're gonna keep speculating about it. I'm not gonna let people rain on the parade of fun speculation. It's right there in the name. I picked this name because that's what we all do. When I was listening to podcasts before I started doing this, and we listened to, like, even Podcasts Unlocked or Game Scoop, most of the conversation is speculation. I remember when I told my wife I wanted to call the channel Fun Speculation when she was like, "What? It's weird." I've gotten crap for it since then too, from other people in the community. Like, that's a strange name, for a channel. But I named it that because that's mostly what we do when you're listening to a podcast. You're listening to people speculate a lot, unless you're actually a dev that's worked on something, right? Inside information, direct hands-on stuff. Almost everything we do is speculative. It's speculative on what happened. Why is this game bad? Right? Why is Call of Duty Vanguard so trash right now? We can speculate on it. We don't know, right? Like, that's what we're all doing all the time, is speculating. That's why I named the channel Fun Speculation. The fun comes from the positive aspect of it. We're having fun doing this stuff. We're laughing. We're having a good time. Talking about the things that we love, the hobbies that we enjoy. Gaming, Marvel, DC, Star Wars. We're having fun talking about this stuff instead of all the negativity that's out there, misinformation that's just, like, spewed to people to drive negativity and arguments all the time online. This is about ignoring all of the outside noise and just having fun, embracing and talking about the things that we enjoy and that we love. Our hobbies. The things that we spend time doing. that we like to talk about with our friends and our family. That I can't wait to eat. Look, for example, right? I see the newest Marvel movie, right? Kate doesn't really care that much about that stuff, right? But I gotta spill it. I gotta tell her everything I know. Sometimes she'll like secretly record me because she doesn't give a shit about what I'm saying, but she'll just record me just to say how ridiculous it is that I'm just sitting there talking to her about this stuff. So this is an outlet. This is an people that embrace and share in that love, right? This is finding something people to share this with, that like an audience or friends now, that we get to talk to each other and embrace the shared love of gaming, shared love of movies, and all that stuff together, and have fun talking about it. That's what this is all about. 100%. It is an outlet to share that. And for people to go out there and say you shouldn't do this because a company may not like it, well, fuck that. That's not why we started this in the first place. We didn't start it for Xbox. We started this because we like to play on Xbox. That's why I started Xbox Ultimate Podcast. Named it Xbox Ultimate because I wanted to be the ultimate place to have just fun talk about Xbox. Like nothing's off the limits with talking about Xbox. We're gonna have. For me, it was started by myself because I didn't even have an audience yet. Right? I didn't know anybody. Luckily, we found awesome people like all you badass people that are in this chat right now. I found like 3-Bit and Pong and Lady and Psycho and Lupa. And I always had my wife, right? We got other people we met. We got another show coming, right? We got Jasper's joined on Fun Pop now. We got 3 other people that are joining us for this other show that's coming, and it's going to be about all of gaming, not just Xbox. It's coming in a couple weeks. Yeah, Phasma, Fuzzy, and Key. I just announced it. I shouldn't have done that right now. But hey, that's what's happening, right? I'm going to make a formal tweet at some point. It's in the works. Called FSP, Fun Speculation Podcast. It's what I wanted to do that ever since we started, but I wanted to find the practical minded people that play on multiple platforms. And that wanted to be a part of something like that. And I think that we found that with them. And it's like, hey, Forte, you're awesome too, bro. Thanks, man. $2 super chat. He says you're a badass. Keep the content coming, bro. I appreciate you. But Forte is an example. Speaking of people that I look up to, Forte just speaks his mind. You can tell whatever he says is just from his actual opinion, and that's what I appreciate. Right? People that actually speak their opinion, like regardless of if you agree with it or not, you can tell it's a genuine thought from that person's head and not for any other reason. Right? Like Forte has that, right? So shout out to you, Forte, and Slow Mo too, your podcast partner as well on DPS. Like creators that have that mindset and just share with what they actually think and actually believe, instead of doing things for caring what Xbox thinks or what PlayStation thinks or Nintendo thinks about it, or any of that shit. Like, or if they make content purely to rile people up and drive negative conversations for the sake of growing an audience and growing chat and growing comment sections, right? That's like so toxic. Rand, shout out, dude. I feel like I'm supposed to be ashamed right now, man. He says, "How dare you talk about Xbox acquisitions, Mav? You should be ashamed." I feel like, dude, what's been going on Twitter the last few days of people saying hey, Xbox doesn't like this, or like people are getting annoyed. It's like it's attack on the brand of what I stand for. Is having fun talking about this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's it just drives me crazy to see this like fun. Like I saw Addict made an awesome post today, and so did shout out my wife reminded me the other day she did too because people started already cracking down on this stuff like 2 days ago. Uh, Regardless of what's actually going to happen or not, just talking about it should be okay. It's fun. And Addict said earlier he was like, "Hey, the fun police needs to cool it, right?" Like, I don't know where it comes from. Like, I don't know where the fun police all of a sudden like came from, right? But it's like it's out there right now. It's weird and it's opposite of the way a lot of people were acting, for a long time. I did give a shit about your post, baby. Yeah, I did. And shout out to Ran Xbox 2 podcast. Shout out to Spooky Sprocket, Jesse B, Just Key, KY Bob, Forte, Papa Woody, Rick Payne, BFG, Pong Soul, Digital Tiger. Uh, yeah, there's a lot more here, but I seriously, I 100% super appreciate everybody. And this is not an attack on anybody specific. This is regarding the overall like backlash about acquisition talk that's going on right now and attack on speculation is that and no like I said nobody's attacked me directly on our channel directly, but it still feels like a lot of people are saying you're not supposed to do this kind of stuff all of a sudden, right? So that's what this has been. That's what this stream was about, so guys, just uh, trying to embrace the fun of the passion and love that we have for gaming and the platform that I choose to play on as my preferred platform because I play on it the most, right? And that's what it's all about. And if there's rumors or thoughts that something may be happening all of a sudden and it gets exciting, I'm not going to not talk about that shit because I'm afraid of a brand not liking it or whatever. But Back says if the fun police want to do something for you, get Mav some better animal. Hey, dude, there is nothing wrong with my animal crackers, bro. And in fact, if somebody came and messed with my animal crackers, then I would have some issues with them. Okay. Um, yeah, we're gonna keep speculating. We're gonna keep the fun going. We're gonna keep this channel building based on those concepts of just it's what I say is my thoughts. It comes from me. It comes from my actual opinion. What drives my thought process is my love for whatever it is or my disdain for something or whatever. It's not about what somebody else thinks. It's not about trying to drive traffic, right? Um, I do try to drive traffic by putting tags on the videos, right? I don't ever pander an opinion based on some other entities' best interest. It's what I want. It's what I think, right? And the same with I think everybody that we have on our channel. Hey, Spooky, shout out to you, dude. Thank you so much, bro. Yeah, and shout out to you for that too. I appreciate you on and if you tuned into the stream that we had the other day where we talked about acquisitions, right? I hope you enjoy it because it's all for fun. No more trade talk in sports. Pong Soul says, "Don't dare have fun." Hey, could you imagine sports without trade talk? Without free agency talk now? Like Rick Payne says, he's an insider. Xbox is going to buy Sega, but for real though, I think it's Sega. So, by the way, too, like, and there, the other defense I have of speculation, right? The stream that me and Pong had, like I said, I don't have a big audience for this channel yet, right? Hopefully one day, like, we keep growing or organically over time because we're building an audience in an organic way, right? Hopefully one day that happens. We have more people that just want to embrace the fun of gaming and stuff. But what happened during that stream that me and Pong had the other day? We were getting people that I'd never seen before come in there and like, I love this. This is awesome. Hey, this is my new favorite thing on Thursday nights. Little did they know that was like a one-off impromptu thing that we did, right? But like, we were seeing a lot of comments like that randomly, right? Like, just people saying, "Hey, this is amazing. I love this." People like to have fun talking about this stuff. I think people like listening about fun things with this kind of stuff, right? And if Xbox doesn't like it, I don't care. You know, like if people don't want you to talk about it because Xbox doesn't like it, I don't care. I care about what I want to talk about and what the audience likes, right? So, hey, guys, that's gonna do it for this stream. And I just had to get this stuff again off my chest. I appreciate all of you who are tuned into this like rant. I don't even know how long I've been, almost an hour, right? That's a lot of awesome people again in the chat. All of you are amazing. And hey, Fun Pop is Wednesday nights. If you want to tune into that, where we talk about Marvel, DC, and speculate on potential things as well with that, right? We do speculating there as well. Tune into that. We got Jasper and Psycho. I'm gonna try and talk Kate into being there on Wednesday because guess what? She saw her first 2 Star Wars movies. She saw her first 2 Star Wars movies. And I think it's time to grill her about what she thought about those 2. Hey, I'm gonna see if we can't get her to watch the third before then. Maybe even tonight. Or if not, then tomorrow. I think I'm gonna get her to watch the third one. But tune into that. I'm gonna see if we can't get her to give us her honest thoughts. And then Friday nights, as always, we have the amazing Magnificent Seven. Got a couple people taking a hiatus right now, but we're gonna have awesome time Friday. And you know what? Like, who knows what we're gonna talk about? There could be acquisition talk. I don't know. There could be talk about what's coming next with something, speculation, rumors. Who knows what we're gonna talk about right now? It's honestly light with news. You can talk about. I think I'm going to talk about more about Far Cry maybe because I'm super excited about that. But look for Xbox Ultimate on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then I told you guys about the new show, so check that out when it's here. I'll make an announcement on Twitter officially. But again, you all are amazing. It means a lot to me that you guys showed up to this. And hey, speculation will live on. Take it easy, guys. Bye.